welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, and for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave, who's ultimately back with 9 nails again. Like I don't know why this keeps happening. I am finally back with a highly requested tutorial, and I always notice this in my comments, especially if I'm like doing a mukbang or I'm doing like a sit down video. I notice that every single time in the comments there is always one person or the other who's asking for my foundation tutorial, who's asking for an updated makeup look. So I decided that I would finally give you guys that in April. I know that I've obviously been slacking on that side, and that's because I've always felt like there are other people who do makeup better than me, but I do think that you guys have really loved my recent makeup tutorial, and that's because my foundation routine changed completely. So that's probably why you guys are noticing the change in my foundation. You guys are noticing that I'm putting more emphasis in my contour. So I decided to give you guys an updated foundation tutorial, which is something that rarely ever happens. I rarely ever update my foundation tutorial. Today I decided I would give you guys a basically in-depth talk through video again of how I do my foundation, and if you guys would like to see how I do this, then please keep watching. Okay, let me know in the comments below what kind of makeup tutorials you like, because I haven't done a makeup tutorial in so long, and personally when it comes to my preference, the kind of makeup tutorials I like are the ones where you just put the music on, you say a little bit 1 2 3 4 5 words, and then I just want to see the demonstration. I don't want to see too much talking. But then let me know if you guys want to have those chit chat get ready with me. The last face beat I did was kind of like a story time of sorts, so it was like a story time and slash face beat. So let me know if you want to see something like that, or if you are more comfortable with a, you know, music just in the background. Like I don't want to hear too much things and things like that, right? For this particular video, because you guys have been begging me and begging me and begging me, first of all, we're gonna start by covering like my dark spots, right? So I'm someone who doesn't have lots of dark spots. Like I don't have lots of dark spots, and I'm sorry guys, my skin is perfect. Like no, I'm kidding. I don't have lots of dark spots, but the one thing I do have are dark circles. But because I'm not someone who was really fond of the whole color correct with the red kind of concealer, I didn't really like it. Like I just felt like it doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm just gonna take my Pro HD concealer from LA Girl in the color Fawn. Now this is the color closest to my skin tone, and I'm just gonna put it right underneath my eyes before we really go into like doing my foundation tutorial. And I'm gonna do my eyes off camera just because this is a foundation tutorial. I did make some changes from the last tutorial that you guys saw, and I noticed that a lot of people did notice the changes because they said that my eyes kind of look brighter, which is something that I was working on. So here is the secret. I actually saw this from Oli's channel. This gloss spray, I was watching a video where Mars and her were doing each other's makeup, and they mentioned this gloss spray, so I decided, shit, I'm gonna jump on that. But what I do is, I don't know if they do the similar kind of thing, but what I do is I like to leave my concealer on. Yes, I learned that from them, but I like to spray this on afterwards, not before. Then I like to leave that on for about 3 to 5 minutes, and the type of brush that I'm going to be using for today is this Hairy Lemo brush. It's almost like a dome somewhat brush. It's got very like tight bristles, really good in terms of like any sort of concealer or foundation blending. And you guys will see when I blend my concealers. Most of my concealers I'm going to blend them with this dome brush, and it's very similar to the Real Techniques foundation brush. So I don't know if you guys see the similarities, but do you see, like, this is the dome brush. I call it a dome brush because it kind of looks like a very dome-like effect. It's got very soft bristles. One thing I'm gonna give to Hairy Lemo are their brushes. Their brushes are great. I just noticed that after a wash or two they begin to shed, but not any sort of bad shedding. I wouldn't give them that. They're still really good. I just really noticed that 1 or 2 shedding will happen, but not too much. So I'm gonna take this dome brush and I'm just gonna really like dab it in. The trick here is dabbing and not swiping. I know you guys have heard it from all your favorite makeup queens. The trick here is dabbing and not swiping. I feel like after 1-2 uses, brushes get streaky. I feel like after 1-2 uses, brushes get shaky. I feel like brushes are, they too high maintenance. They need to be washed every 2 days. Like, I wash my beauty blender every day, but the nice thing about it is how easy it is to wash. So you just like throw it in there and you wash it. I do take the concealer to my nose sometimes, and this helps when it comes to contouring my nose because I literally contour my nose with powder, so I like to have a flat surface. And sometimes I take it over my eye, especially if I'm going to be doing like a very soft look, like which is what I'm going to be doing for today. I'm going to a photo shoot, so I don't want a distracting eye because the focus is definitely going to be on what I'm going to be shooting, which you guys will see on my social media very soon. But yeah, I know that's right. The next thing I really want to use is my Maybelline 24 hour, I don't know why they wrote 30 hours foundation. Now here are my colors, right? But I'm stuck in the middle of these two colors. I don't know how it works, that's what's going on. Now I've always felt like the caramel color, which is what I'm used to, is a bit too orange, but now the golden caramel is a bit too ashy. So I'm just like, this is definitely my true color, the color caramel. It's definitely my true color. However, I do feel like sometimes, well, the old version of it, the old kind of, I would call it the old, what do you call it? The old mixture? I don't know. So the old design, or like the old product, which is this one, as you can see, is basically finished. It had a lot of kind of orange undertones, and I don't remember what made me notice that. I just looked orange in pictures. I looked super orange and I didn't like that. But this new one is kind of a little bit more true tone. It's a little bit more closer to my skin tone. So I tend to play with these from time to time, depending on, you know, what kind of season I'm in or whatever. I tend to play between these two shades. I used to enjoy doing this on my hand, but I noticed that it does kind of leave some makeup marks, and I don't necessarily like that. And look guys, no lie, a brush does use less product, but it really travels all over your face, and you'll see that now when I just kind of blend it in. I know they say dab, don't swipe, but this is exactly why I hate foundation brushes, because whether you dab or swipe, it's streaky as really. It's just not, it's not giving me the orgasm outcome that it really used to. You know what I'm trying? You know what, I'm even better off using this dome brush, because I feel like this dome brush, it has such a more like, it's got a softer finish. Yeah, no, I don't know if maybe my Real Techniques brush is getting old, but I'm telling you guys now that it's really just, it's not giving me like, it's not giving what it used to give. That's probably why I wouldn't use a brush anymore moving forward. But also then again, I like to keep this one for concealer, because this one is brilliant when it comes to concealer. Like, this dome brush is brilliant. Let me know in the comments if you've ever felt like this foundation oxidizes a bit, or if you felt like the more you build up, the more of the color you begin to see, because I know it is medium coverage buildable, but I do feel like the more you build on it, the more yellow it becomes. So I'm definitely very careful of how much I put on to not obviously have like that kind of yellow overcast undertone look. But I do notice that the more I build on it, the more better coverage I get, and then I'm stuck between really good coverage versus you know, really good coverage versus looking yellow. Like, what am I willing to part with? You get what I'm saying? Let me be very clear. When it comes to contouring, I don't like to use like cream contour. I feel like cream contour can be very harsh, and if you don't blend it out correctly, it can end up looking super crazy. So what I do is I normally opt for a foundation that's more light. So I normally go for that LA Girl Pro Coverage foundation. Now I know this foundation can be full coverage or buildable, but because it does have a more wet consistency in regards to the other one, the one that I used to like, which was the Pro HD foundation, the one that looked a lot more matte, this one has a lot more of a natural satin finish. So I like to use this one to contour, but I don't use it often. Like, I really prefer powder contour. I think I'm actually not even gonna use it. But anyway, to highlight, I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible in the shade in the shade Amber, and I'm just gonna put it in my T-zone. Now again, I don't put in too much highlight, but sis, a girl's gotta highlight, okay? Guys, I live for a bright highlight. Like, I live for a bright highlight, okay? Back to the secret. The secret is this gloss spray. I normally spray it again. Now, I like the whole dewy finish, but I really like matte, but I really like a dewy finish. So this really helps in terms of setting my concealer. This, without a shadow of doubt, is the best purchase I ever made when it comes to makeup. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's the best purchase I ever made. See, I just want to show you like the wet consistency of the contour I would normally use. Like, just look at what I sprayed on here. Do you see how very wet it is? Meaning that the texture or the consistency of it is extremely light. Not to like obviously go off on my other queens, I'm just not really into that whole dense foundation that I used to be in. You remember that look where you know you looked very like very harsh contour? Like, I'm not really into that anymore. I do like a very defined contour, but I like it to be super natural. But the thing is, because I've got all these studio lights, my makeup does look a little bit more enhanced because of the lighting. So I will show you guys a daytime picture versus what you guys are seeing on camera right now. So while I am waiting basically for my concealer to set, I've decided to basically just contour a little bit with a little bit of this foundation. But again, I would urge you, if you want to look the way I look on an everyday basis, I use powder. But the reason why I'm going to use this is because I'd really like a really cutthroat and defined contour, because I'm going to go and I'm going to a photo shoot. So I'm just going to show you guys where I'd like to place it. And as you guys can see, I am using the normal, like the old foundation brush technique that most makeup artists would use. I know my hair looks like crap. I'm really sorry, guys. So again, I'm literally like I'm sweeping up with this, right? And as you can see, it's literally so light that you can barely see it, but you can definitely see the definition that this color is creating. And I'll just let you guys know on the color right now. But essentially, can you guys see? It's giving a very light, very natural. I'm just basically gonna go in with this brush because this is a very wet consistency. This is an angled contour brush. I know it looks like it's sick and it's got like cobar tendencies, and that's because I washed it the other day, so it's looking a bit deformed. But I'm just gonna go in with that brush and basically just blend everything in. And as you can see, guys, it's like a natural seamless finish. And I'm all about seamless finishes these days. Like, I can't stand makeup that's too harsh. Because a lot of people who obviously would watch my channel, and this is with regards to my audience, they don't really like harsh makeup. You guys don't really like harsh makeup. You guys are not like avid makeup wearers. Like, you guys are mostly like, oh, okay, just a nice foundation, just a nice beat is perfect with some great lashes. And that's me. And now I'm just going to blend. I normally start with the top part, and you'll find that just having like a nice flat dome brush really helps. And guys, the aim when it comes to concealer, I know it does get a bit time consuming to obviously dab. You can use a beauty blender. I think you will feel a lot more at ease, but I just prefer to use a brush. And that's because I've noticed, and this is thanks to my other YouTuber friends, that a brush really does retain the concealer. Then I just go in with my sponge and I just kind of like, you know, blend everything together, taking into consideration that I use the sponge with a little bit of the foundation, so it's just gonna help everything kind of really blend in seamlessly, but still give you that whole glow, you know what I mean? I know guys, I'm looking mad crazy right now. I'm looking crazy. I'm fully aware. I fully get it. And then I just go in back and with that brush. The brush that basically had the whole contouring, and I just kind of, you know, blend things out, make things really like very seamless as much as I can. Because I think that's what's really important, especially when it comes to makeup. Just make everything seamless. I think a lot of people, they tend to make the mistake of not really blending, especially when you want to use brushes. So I do suggest, if you are someone who's still not familiar with brushes, stick to your blender. Stick to your blender. Your blender will give you that seamless finish without you having to work so hard. But if you are using a brush, I would suggest that you definitely take your time, because enough is never enough. I go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and that's just for that extra highlight, and this is in the shade 25, and this one goes directly under my eyes. The Maybelline Fit Me concealer can be very light, and the thing is, the reason why I don't wait for that one to set is because it tends to dry very quickly and it becomes very hard to blend out. So I don't like giving it time. I normally just let that one blend immediately, especially just on top of the L'Oreal Infallible. I don't know if anyone's had a difficulty trying to blend out that Maybelline Fit Me, but I've definitely had difficulty with it, and I normally leave it till the very last minute. The next thing I do when I get here is definitely baking and setting. Now, this is where you guys begin to see my face kind of come together. I once bought the Fenty setting powder, baking powder that I got from Foyen, but I think I bought the wrong color because I bought the shade Banana and it was making me look super ash. So I went to the Yardley Absolutely Translucent powder, and this one has got a kind of a pink effect. This is for all skin types, I presume. And this is the one, oh my god, I'm ruining my palettes. This is the one that I use on an everyday basis. It has got such a silky finish on your face. Nah, this setting powder is the truth. This is the one low-end setting powder that is the truth. I know a lot of you guys are wondering, why is she powdering her whole nose? You'll see. Remember all of you who went off about how beautiful my nose contour was? Sis, stick with me. I'm gonna teach you a thing or two. And you guys remember from my last brow tutorial, I just take a little bit and I normally just go just right above. Just right above. But that's in instances where I really want my brows to be defined, very like, you know, streaky. So to kind of create that line that you guys see, especially the one that you see that kind of creates that very sharp contour, sharp but natural, you know, keep it cute. I take the Fenty setting powder in the shade Banana, because this one actually sits. I noticed that with the Yardley one, when I move it off, I can't see that line, and that line means everything to me. This line right here. This line right here. This one is the one when you see it, you go, damn! I really like how good this Fenty one smells. I'm actually gonna go get another setting powder, or like a baking powder from Fenty, more towards my shade and kind of like see, because I think this one was too light for my skin tone. And then I leave it there while I do my eyes. So I'm gonna do my eyes quickly and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so my eyelashes are on, and now this is where things get interesting. If you want to know like where I get that look, what I do, it's 4 products. Now to contour and to bronze, I use 4 products, and I know you guys are probably wondering, bitch, what the f 4 products? I know, there's a reason, but there's a contour, there's a bronzer, and there's 2 blushes. And shit, when I tell you that I know what I'm doing, just trust me. First thing we're gonna do is contour. Now, to be really honest with you, I haven't found a really good contouring palette, okay? I had a good Smashbox one, but I felt like it was a bit too dark, and it didn't allow me to basically build onto the color. I'm gonna use my NYX contouring highlighting, and as you can see, I've hit basically pan on that. I tend to mix from time to time with that and a little bit of that, but that tends to be dark and it's got more of a kind of gray undertone. This one has got a little bit of like an orange undertone. It's a lot more warmer. warmer. You guys can obviously see it's a lot more warmer in relation to these other colors. So I'm just gonna take like my microfiber MAC brush, which I got years ago, and I'm literally as you can see, my contour is already naturally built but I'm literally just gonna build it. I'm literally just deepening just a little bit. I swear to you, the camera is making it look like it's doing more, and it's not doing a damn thing. And I'm just gonna deepen it. And if you guys can see how far back I'm holding the brush, you can definitely get an idea of how light I'm like basically doing in terms of my contour, because I already did contour. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the time I use a microfiber brush because I know that it doesn't pick up a lot of product, whereas if I use my synthetic brushes, they pick up a lot of product. So you need to make sure that when you contour, especially if you've already contoured in terms of like cream contouring, you don't want to use a brush that picks up too much product. So I would suggest, if you want to try this technique with the 4 products I'm going to show you, rather don't cream contour, rather just highlight, leave your face as it is. It's gonna allow you to really build up and play with the color. The next thing I'm gonna work on is basically contouring my nose, and I'm gonna use this contouring palette only because this is the lightest brown that I have, and it's gonna give it a really natural finish. As you guys can see, my nose is already slowly kind of building, and most of my product normally plays on the bridge of my nose. So I'll start on the bridge and then I'll work my way down. And sometimes I kind of flick it outwards. This is if I really like want to blend out anything, but a lot of the time I like to keep my nose contour very natural as well. It's coming together. Next step is definitely the bronzer to warm up your face, and I normally take an angled contour brush. I use the Palladio in the shade Nude Beach, I think it is. And I just take my angled contour brush and I normally start right over there. It normally starts off as an L, and I know you're thinking, "Ay, bo, that's it." It's the camera. It's the camera and it's the lights. So the camera and the lights are making it appear darker than it actually is. So the bronzing is definitely for like my cheekbone towards the back. That's definitely where I'm trying to really kind of bronze my face and really kind of take it to the next level. But yeah, I normally just keep it right over there. The next step, and I know I take a lot of steps, but I really like it when my face comes together. The next step I'm going to use is my NYX powder blush in the shade Copper. And now this is going to play a very integral role because I normally also use it as a bronzer, but towards the front of my face. As you can see, I'm also using another Real Technique brush, but as you can see, this is the stippling brush, and it's also got some very microfiber like bristles. So I normally just take that and I put it where I would normally place the blush. So can you see, its job and its basically role is to sit right over here, basically bringing that contour, it's bringing that bronzer to life, but the bronzer was keeping more over here, and I'm focusing this blush more over here, and I'm doing like a very dabbing effect. I'm not swiping. The trick here is the kind of brush you have and the motion that you use, and a brush makes all the difference in the world. So if you don't take a brush that's got very light bristles, it's going to make your makeup look too heavy, and you don't want that. You really don't want that. But a little bit of like a glow, a gleam to it, which I absolutely love, and I take it right towards the front because I really like that whole, it's got a shimmer to it, so it's gonna make my highlight and everything kind of really blend well together. And I put it on my nose, literally like the bridge of my nose. I know, it's crazy, it's wild. Now the last step, or the last step of my contouring bronzing step, is definitely blush. Like this was contouring, Now I'm blushing, okay? Now for real, I'm blushing. But I'm blushing. But I am gonna use my MAC blush. I've had this blush for years. As you guys can see, I've been hitting pan. If you guys love me and you wanna start a GoFundMe, I really wouldn't mind. Please guys, I'm poor. This one is the color Sweet as Cocoa. Now the reason why I like this one is because it's got like a pink undertone, but it can be very dark, creating that kind of bronze-like effect. Now this one, I'm using the same stippling brush. I literally play with it right over here. Now this one's got a more pink undertone, okay? This one's got a more pink undertone. But it can be dark, so be very careful when like placing it on. You know what I'm saying? Because it can make me look a little bit darker than what I would like. So from time to time, I kind of play between this one and what's this? The NYX, right? I know, I'm looking at the two bronze. Oh, lip sperm! Guys, and the very, and I completely forgot about this step. And the very last blush is the Max Factor. It's like a cream puff blush and it's in the color Alluring Rose. I don't even know if you're gonna find Max Factor around here, so just try find a blush that's got like a very shimmery look to it, but it's pink. Okay, like this is the very last step, you guys. Like this is the last step. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. I know. I'm looking beautiful. Take this. It's my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit Cosmetics. I only use Benefit on my brows because I realized that Benefit, you know what guys, yeah, they may be overly expensive, exorbitant, but their brow products are untouchable. Like, I really haven't found any brow products that give me the same sort of satisfaction that Benefit does, and I'm just gonna have to give that to them. Alrighty. Ooh. Now I'm going to put in my highlighter from Bobbi Brown, and this is in the shade Bronze Glow. And I've had this for like over a year now, and I just can't let go of it. And I literally just placed it right on top of all that work. Look at me, guys. Just don't lie. You can do a lot of things, but you can't lie on a public platform. And like the thing is, guys, like I'm looking like I didn't try too hard. I know. Obviously my hair is not making things look as grand sharp as I want them to, but you know what I'm saying? Get a yay, get a ha, get a who. When my man sees me, he's going to go and I'm going to go, but then. For my lips, you guys, my go-to lip combo, and a lot of people stay asking me what this lip combo is. I dead ass literally every day without fail, don't ask me again, this is my lip combo right over here. Right, so it's the Hermosa Floor liquid lipstick in the color Nandi. It's the L'Oreal Le Chocolat Ultimate Matte Lipstick, and this color is in the color Sweet Tooth. And then I've also got another one, Les Chocolat Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the color Candyman. I basically alternate between the Nandi and my cork. So today I'm gonna try use cork because I've been using Nandi, and basically my Nandi liquid lipstick is finished. And can't be out here asking Hermosa Floor, guys, please send me one more. Now I'm gonna try line it with the cork and see if I like it. I was really big on the cork back in my time. Actually, there's chestnuts, but after I saw someone use cork on Twitter, I was just like, that is banging. Now that I've basically lined my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Sweet Tooth, and I'm just gonna mix that in all together. And then I'm gonna take the Candyman as well, because this one has got more of a pink undertone. Guys, for setting spray, normally my go-to setting spray is this Maybelline Lasting Fix, but Benefit Cosmetics was nice enough to send me their professional super setter. Now this is their long-lasting makeup setting spray, so for today I am gonna be using this setting spray instead of this one. But if anyone wants to know like my secret one, it's this one. I've had it for like I think about a month or two, but it's already getting finished, so that's my holy grail. But because Benefit Cosmetics has such great products, I'm really keen to see what this one is gonna do and if it smells nice or anything like that. I know a lot of people are probably thinking, why so much setting spray? It's because I put in a lot of product and a lot of caked makeup, so the setting spray kind of just really brings everything together. Anybody who does makeup, especially like long wear lasting foundation makeup, will tell you that they literally can't do a face beat without a setting spray. I don't know how some people would do that. But if you are someone who likes very sort of matte like foundation like me, it's kind of like a semi-matte with a very dewy finish, considering like the bronzers and everything that I've been using, then a setting spray is truly like your best friend. And that is it, guys. Let me kind of zoom in. I really want to zoom in for you guys and show you like the end result. And there we have it, guys. This is my finished look. I'm not too sure about how the lighting is kind of making me look right now, but that is it. We finally reached the end of the tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I do know that I may have spoken a lot in it, but I really kind of wanted to give you guys a full in-depth tutorial. I know that a lot of you guys really just like the kind of, you know, step-by-step process with the music and everything, but I've realized lately that I like the more in-depth talk through kind of tutorials. I want to know why you're doing what you're doing. I know a lot of people obviously noticing a change in my foundation routine because of how I looked in my last few videos, because of my camera settings, and I'm really sorry about that. But that is the final look. I don't know if you guys like it. Let me know if you guys want to see me do like different eye tutorials. Let me know if you want to see me do different lip tutorials. I can't remember the last time I had a different color on my lips. Like it's just not me. But yes, guys, we finally reached the end of the tutorial. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you do like these types of makeup videos, and then I promise I will at least do 1 or 2 in a month. But until then, we've reached the end of the video. I will see you in my next video. I love you guys so much, and goodbye.